I woke up with the biggest smile on my face. I also woke up thinking, I'm in their room. And I took a shower, and in the shower that also Victoria uses when she's there. So I also felt that it didn't feel very right at the same time that I had this big smile on my face. And I snuck out and went home. And I was living with my parents at the time. And my mother was like, where did you sleep? And I just didn't say anything, but she could just tell by my face that I'd had a really good night. And then she just looked at me and she just said, be careful.
David Beckham's former personal assistant, Rebecca Loos, is standing by her claims that she previously had an affair with the soccer superstar over 20 years ago. In a new interview with 60 Minutes Australia, published March 30th, the 47-year-old doubled down on her previous accusations, recalling to the outlet how Beckham allegedly made his first move on her at a nightclub while his wife, Victoria Beckham, was out of town.
He just said to me, we were talking about it was a bit boring, and he said, let's go back to the hotel. And I said, what do you mean? He said, let's go back to my hotel. And I was like, I'm not going back to your hotel room. Like, come on, you're my boss, f*** off. I think I actually said that to him. I actually said, f*** off, no way. And then he just kept looking at me, and then I gave in. So we went back to his hotel room.
What was the moment that you were like, I'm going to go?
It's just look in his eyes and the way he looks at you, and it's quite hard not to. He's got a certain charismatic power about him. He's very good looking, and I think he can easily get what he wants, and he knows it.
If you had to sum up that night, how would you do it?
I woke up with the biggest smile on my face. I also woke up thinking, I'm in their room. And I took a shower, and in the shower that also Victoria uses when she's there. So I also felt that it didn't feel very right at the same time that I had this big smile on my face. And I snuck out and went home, and I was living with my parents at the time. And my mother was like, where did you sleep? And I just didn't say anything, but she could just tell by my face that I'd had a really good night. And then she just looked at me and she just said, be careful. So from then on, it was a big secret I kept, and no one knew about it except for, obviously, David.
The former Dutch model continued to share her side of the story, including acknowledging that she knew it was wrong to engage in the affair, and also revealed the moment where she felt she was being, quote, played by the soccer star.
And during this time, are you thinking to yourself, I shouldn't be doing this?
Yes, absolutely. It was naughty, and I did feel that it was wrong, but at the same time, I was, hooked. He told me he'd never done this before, and I was the first one. All the, cliche things.
Did you believe him?
I believed him 100%. I fell hook, line, and sinker for every single cliche line he fed me. And then 2 weeks later, we were at Ronaldo's birthday party, and, he's off with this beautiful model. And I was like, that was a hard night for me. That was like, I don't understand. And realization started to hit me that I've been massively played.
60 Minutes Australia also claimed that they saw previous intimate text messages between the former boss and his assistant, though they did not show them in the segment. The yoga instructor, who is now married and has 2 children, also revealed why she spoke out publicly about the alleged affair over 2 decades ago.
I always had the opinion of it's better that it comes from me and that I have some sort of control. And also by doing that, it was a way of me sort of not getting back at him, but just sort of, I just kind of felt the way he treated me was very unfair, what he was getting away with, and that two-faced life. And I felt that I know how much his image means to him. I just kind of wanted to make him feel some pain too, I guess. I don't know, it sounds very vindictive to say. But when you're 26 years old, it's how you react to heartache and pain.
And then you realise that David is just deny. How does that sit with you?
I thought he would have come forward with a statement or something and just apologised or something, but I think the fact that he referred to my claims as ludicrous, that just pissed me off even more. It makes you want to stand up for yourself, and it makes you want to keep coming forward.
The former model, who claimed that her alleged romantic encounters with David only happened a few times, also shared that she felt bad for Victoria and the couple's kids, adding that she feels like there's a double standard between men and women.
Did you feel bad for Victoria and the kids?
Yes, I did. Of course I did. I think we just live in a very unfair world, unfortunately, for women when it comes to these sorts of things. You know, men sleep around and they're big old cool heroes. We sleep around and we're sluts. It's just the world we're in.
Loos, who said she's, quote, stuck to the truth, also reacted to Beckham's Netflix documentary where the former soccer star and his wife touched upon challenges in their marriage.
What are you thinking when you see this?
I'm thinking maybe he should think twice before he does what he does if he's worried about if this is how the outcome is for him. That's what I'm thinking.
He's still saying the same thing 20 years after the fact.
Yeah, it's insane. It's crazy. There were loads of horrible stories. There were horrible stories about me. There were horrible stories about his wife, Victoria. There were never horrible stories about him. He was golden balls. He was the man. Pat him on the back. Well, hey, good for you. Nothing changed in his life. But it was all Victoria's fault, my fault. All the blame was on us.
Beckham has previously denied his former assistant's claims, calling them ludicrous 2 decades ago. Access Hollywood has reached out to Beckham for comment.